Hello, welcome to Boardgames with Niramas. I'm Niramas and I'm here today with Drako, and he's ready over there holding the box of GuGong that we will be playing in a two-player run-through to show you how the game runs. And yeah, Draco's over there. We are going to go out here and trade in the Chinese. I'm not really sure when this is in history, but yeah. And over here we have Draco's board and a little cute glass Draco, of course, to indicate that it's his board. He's going to be white since there was no green player in this one. I'm over here, have my red stuff as usual. I'm going to be the starting player, and we're just going to start playing really, and then I will show you, after, sort of, as we go, I will explain things. So out here we have a bunch of actions. It's sort of worker placement, but instead of placing a worker, we're going to play our cards, and that will determine our actions. And in ancient China, the emperor has forbidden bribery, so instead we will sort of give gifts to each other, the noblemen and such. And the tricky thing here is you want to give a gift that has a higher value than the one you receive, and so you create sort of a bribe anyhow, right? And cheat the system. So I'm the first player to act, and I am ready to go, and I have these cards that I can pick from. Some of them are just a number and no extra ability. These two have an extra sort of bonus action that I can do. And I think I will start off with playing a 4. And I'm going to play it to this section here, which are the decrees. This is sort of technologies, basically, that we can invest in to make ourselves better at doing different things. We can also score bonus points at the end of the game if we have invested here at first. So I'm playing my 4, and I'm playing it on top of a 3 on trading. So that was okay. I will get to it later. There are circumstances where you can play a lower card or the same value, but we'll talk about that later. The card that I got, I will place down on my board face down. And I want to try to make sure that this number here, which is a 3, is corresponding to the dice that we roll each turn. And now it's a 2 and a 2 and a 9, so that wasn't too good. But if I can, I want to have the same number, because that will give me bonuses as well as we go into the next day. Because this game is played over 4 days, basically. 4 rounds. We will be doing actions, 4 each, unless we pick up more cards, as we can do. And then the game is over and we count the score to see who won. So I did my trade here, traded my card. Then the first thing that happens is that I got a bonus action. And the bonus action here is to do this action, which is the sort of Emperor's Palace of Heavenly something, I don't know. And that means that I get to do this action first of all. This action is either to move my little emissary up 1 step for free, or I can pay 2 of my servants. I started with 6. My little servant guys, and I should say that this is the deluxe version of GuGong. That it's not mine, sadly, it's Matt's. I borrowed it from him. If you go pick it up in the stores, you're gonna get cubes instead of these little workers. And yeah, some other things here are not gonna look as good as it does now, which is a bit sad. I don't really want to buy it retail because I played this already, but I'm probably gonna do it at some point anyway, because yeah, it's a really good game and the gameplay is just the same, deluxe or not deluxe, of course. Anyhow, I can do this. I can go 1 step, or I can pay 2 of my servants to go 2 steps and go 1 step on the intrigue track that is over here. The intrigue track is sort of, well, it's a tiebreaker in all cases. Whoever is first on this gets to tiebreak. You can also become first player, and it also translates. You can spend the intrigue that you get to get different benefits like workers and so on. Yeah, I think I will just go 1 step here. And this is a bit special, because if you don't make it up here until the end of the game, at day 4, you will get 0 points. You can't get points if you haven't visited the Emperor. He's gonna be so mad at you. So you have to climb this track. Whoever gets here first gets 7 points, and then 5, and then 3. This board side, by the way, is for 1 to 3 players. You can flip it over, and then it's from up to 5 players. And I like this game at all player counts, I think. It's really nice. It's better, though, I would say, at 3 or 4, and then 2. But anyhow, I did my bonus action. Now I'm back to my regular action, because I was trading with this base. That means that I can do the decree action. So I can invest in any of these, but it has a cost, of course. We can see it down here, how many servants I have to spend. Plus I have to place a servant there as well, so yeah, it's gonna be expensive. But what I'll do is I'll put one guy, I'll spend a guy here, cost 1 servant. So spending it is placing it back into my, well, these are also so lovely. The trays, every player gets a tray like this in the deluxe version. And then I place one of my servants here to indicate that now I have this power, which means at the start of each round, so 3 more times, I'm going to get a servant back. So basically I net 1 servant by doing that, but I also get 3 points. And also that means that if Drako wants to go there, he has to pay an extra servant to his supply because I'm already there. So that was my first action, and now it's time for Draco's turn. And so let's see, what will Drako do? What cards does he have? We all have different cards as well. We have different starting hands. Drako has the player 2 deck here. So he has, I think Drako will start off by doing playing a 4 as well. But he's playing a 4 over here to the Jade market. And the good thing is, when he's playing it to a 2. So the 2 goes to his board face down. And he has one number now that is the same as the die roll, which will benefit him later on. And when he plays this, first of all, he gets the bonus action, which is to do some sailing. So we go down here, where the sailing action is. And the sailing action works like this. You either, all of these are this or that. Might be some confusing. I've seen some players having hard time understanding this, but it's either the top thingy or the bottom thing. It's that simple. And red means spending a servant, and so on. White means placing, doing something with the servant. So Drako can either place a servant on a ship and sail the ship, or he can place 2 servants on the ship, but then he don't get to sail it, and he will have to spend 1 servant to do it. But he's just going to place 1 servant on 1 ship, and then he's also going to sail the ship. And let's see, so he has to start over here in the harbor, and then he will sail it over there. And the way this works is when you fill this up, so you have 3 workers on it, you can remove the ship, sort of dock at the harbor, and then you get whatever it says here. So in the first harbor here, he will get 4 points. The second, he gets a extra card, so he would have 5 actions, which is awesome. And then the last one, he would get his double worker. He has a little double guy that is really powerful. He counts as 2 in any regards of paying with him, but he counts as 1 in regards of getting a worker. So yeah, that's really nice combos there. So that was Draco's bonus action. Now he will do his main action over here at the Jade market. And at the Jade market, you can pay servants to get Jade. And Jade is a set collection. The more you have, the more points you will score at the end of the game, basically. And here it's all about being first here. So since he's the first one here, he can get a Jade for just 2 servants. He'll pay those to his supply, and he picks up 1 Jade. And then the next time someone does that, it will also cost 2, but as you can see, then it will cost 3 and 4 and 5 to pick up a Jade. And the Jade is really nice for points. So that was Draco's turn. Now it's back to me. So I have a 2, a 9, and a 5. A lot of planning goes into this game, of course. I have to consider what you can do and in which order you do things and so on. So I think I will do this. I will use my 5. And I will use it up here in the, so what's this called? I'm not sure. Travel action, I think. The travel space. So I will trade with this 4. So I pick up the 4. That goes face down on my player board. And now I get to do the action after traveling. And we have this cute little horse, meeples. So cute. And so I can either go 1 step. I can start anywhere I want. I can go 1 step, or I can pay 2 servants to go 2 steps. I'm going to pay 2 servants to go 2 steps. I'm going to start over here. And when I go to this base, I instantly get this bonus. So I get 2 servants back from my supply to my playboard. And then I will go 1 more step, and I will do this here and pick up another servant. So basically I netted 1 servant doing that action. But it's yeah, I have another usage for it as well, as I will show you soon. Because now, as I did that, I also place these little tokens up here on my player board. And these I can spend as a free action at any time. 2 can become 1 servant, 4 could become 2 points, or 6 could become a jade. So I'm saving up here. I can use these when I need more servants or I want to get some other things here. So that was my full action. I didn't get any bonus action this time because the 5 that I placed up there didn't have a bonus action on it. Now it is Draco's turn, and let's see. So he has a 2, an 8, and 7. And yeah, it's sort of worker placement, but remember, nothing is blocked. He can go anywhere he wants. And he could go with a 2 for the 7, for instance. But if he wants to do that, he has to pay a sort of penalty. He has to pay the bribe in another way. There's 3 different ways to do that. He could play this and not do the bonus action. That would be a good way. Then he could do the main action. He could play it and pay 2 servants to get to do the bonus action as normal and everything. Or he could play it and then discard another card straight to his discard, and that would be the same effect. Then he would get to do the full action. And that could actually be something he wants to do. He could discard this 2, and then he has another card matching the 2 up there on the die. That could be something for him. But no, I think instead, I think he will... Yeah, I think Draco wants to keep sailing, basically. And down here at the sailing action, it's a 6. So I guess Draco will... Yeah, he will play his 7. We'll trade here. And that also means there's another thing to consider here. As he's picking up the 6, this goes face down on his board. But that's also part of his hand that he's going to be playing in the second round, in the second day. So you want to pick up good cards, of course. This one gives a bonus of a worker when he plays it, so that's a good one. So that's his move, and now he gets to do 1 action because he doesn't have a bonus on this card. So he will do the sailing action, and this time he will pay... Or will he? No, I don't think he will pay. He will just put one guy here on the ship. He could start a new ship if he wanted to, but the problem is if he, like in this case, if I'm starting here and I'm sailing, I would sail past him all the way there. He doesn't want to set it up too much for me, so he's just going to put one guy here, and he's going to sail over to the next base. And that was his full action. Now it's my turn, and let's see what I will be doing. I have a 2 as well. And a 9. We both need 9s and 2s. So I kind of want to discard these, really, but because the problem is if I put a 2 out here, then Draco can grab it. And then it goes to his discard, he will get the bonus. You'll see how that works when we get to the end of the day as well. I think I want to keep traveling. I think that's fun. So I'm going to spend my 9 up here. And I'm going to trade, and now I get my 5 back, basically. But it goes face down on my playboard. And the 9 goes out there. Now I get the option again to move 1 space for free, or 2 spaces paying 2 servants. And now I have to follow the track that I'm on. So I can't go there, or there, or there, or over here. I don't have to stop on these empty spaces, but I can't jump around on the board. Oh, well... I think I will do this. I will go here. And that means that I get to pick up a card from the discard pile into my hand. So let's see, what would I pick up then? And that means that I can swap, if I play this, I can swap a card from the board or the discard, or from the hand or the discard pile with the card on the board, basically. I think I will play, I will pick up my 4 again onto my hand. So that means all of a sudden I have an extra action. I will be doing 5 actions this first round. And then, yeah, I have to pay 2 guys to go move 2 steps. So I'm gonna move 1 more step over here, and that lets me get 1 worker back, 1 servant. And now I'm up to 4 of these tokens. So soon, I mean, right now I could just exchange all of them for 2 points, or all of them for 2 workers, or any combination, and so on. Okay, so that was my action. Let's see what Drako will do. He has a 2 and an 8. And I think Drako might do... He might do 1 more sail, actually. So he will spend his 8 trading with the 7 that he put down earlier. So now he gets it back, but it goes to his playboard face down. He can't use it this round, but he will use it next round. Then his action will be to place one guy. And now the boat is full, so now we can cash it in. And then he will sail it one step, because you put one guy, you can sail one step. He will go over here. And now he will cash it in to get his double worker. So his double worker comes into play, a really strong one. Can really use that for a lot of things. Like on the boat, you can put the double worker here, and that takes up 2 spaces. But it's only 1 action to place it down. So that's really good. And the boat goes away as well. So that was Drako's action. Now he also has to place a little worker down here just to indicate that he has done this get the double worker guy. He can't do that again. He could go for 2 of these cards and 3 of the 4 pointers, but yeah, that's for later. So that was Drako's turn. He is happy about that, as you can see. And it's my turn, and now I have 2 cards still. And let's see, what am I going for? Like, Drako has a sort of goal set here to do the sailing. I kind of want to do sailing myself. Oh, yeah, I think I will. Because it's so important, so you can start getting that better worker and getting new cards and all that. But the tricky thing is... Okay, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put out the 4 here. And the 4 is, of course, lower than the 8. So I'm doing a bad bribe here, basically. But... to pay for that, I have to pay the bribe in some other way, sort of. I will give up this card. I will discard my 2, which means that I have a number that matches the dice. So that goes to my discard. And now I will do the action of sailing. So I will put out a boat, and I will pay 1 servant to be able to put out 2 servants at once. And then I can't sail the boat, but the boat will sail by itself 1 step each night. So now we're in the day phase. When we go to the night phase, it will sail by itself as well. So that was my action. Now I'm out of cards. Can't do anything else. So I picked up a card from the discard pile over there, which meant I get an extra action. But then I discarded that card to do this action down here. Actually, before I forget it, I should do the bonus as well. That's why I discarded, so that I got to do the bonus as well. So the bonus is the Heavenly Stairs, Heavenly Temple, Heavenly something. So I'm going to just go 1 step there. That's my action. And then it's Drako's turn. And Drako has 1 card left. It's a 2. And he can't just discard this. Otherwise that would actually be good for him. But I'm thinking he has workers and so on. Yeah, I think Drako will start to work on the wall. The Great Wall of China. Up here. And he's putting out a 2 instead of a 5. So that means that he has to do something else. Either he has to give up the bonus here. But no, he doesn't want to do that. No, Drako will give up 2 servants. So that, well, will he do that? No, actually, Drako will give up the bonus. He will not do the bonus action. And you'll see why soon. So, now he has a choice. Either he puts out 1 worker on the wall, like that. Or he can pay a worker or a servant to put out 2. And so that's what he's going to do. He's going to pay this guy to put out 2 on the wall. And one of them will be the double guy. So you can see how useful he is. Because now Drako can have 3, basically 3 squares placed there by just an action that places 2. And now, as you can see, in a 1 or 2 player game, the wall will be finished when we get there. In a 3-player game, you have to get over to this space. So now the wall is finished. What happens then is Drako, whoever contributed the most, will take all his workers back. They go to the supply. And Drako, he was the only one contributing. He gets 3 points for that. And he gets to move 1 space on the temple here. So he moves up 1 space as well, down there. And so... if there were any intrigue in play, now none of us have gotten any intrigue yet. If Drako, let's say Drako had 3 here, he would have been able now to spend those 3 to get 2 workers. So that triggers when the wall is finished. And if I also had like some intrigue and I was also on the wall, we will both get to do that exchange there. So that's really nice. So, I think that was it. We are done with the first day, and basically you've seen all the actions now, just a little bit of them, but you've seen how they work. And now, as we go to day 2, we have a really nice player aid on the player board. So we can see that, okay, we did the actions here during the phase. This is explaining how you have to pay if you're playing a lower number than the one you're, and so on. I just realized that we have the wrong player board. This is for the orange player. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, we did that. We did the day actions. Now we take a look at the dice. And so we take a look at the cards that we have played. So Drako has a 2, 5, 7, and a 6. So he has one card that matches the criteria up there, which was 2, 2, or 9. It was the same number on 2 of them. I have a 2, so we both have a 2, which means that it is a tie. And it's a tie, and then if you ever get to a tie, you look at the intrigue board. Well, it's a tie here as well, because we're both at 0. And in case of a tie there and a tie here, whoever was the first player, I forgot to do this, the first player should actually be on top, on the bottom here, and then the second player gets the benefit of being sort of on top here. And whoever is on top or the furthest up here gets the sort of tiebreaker. So Drako gets the tiebreaker. He's happy about that. And that means that he will get 3 points. 1, 2, 3. It's just like finishing the wall. He gets 3 points, and he gets to move his little guy up here on the Palace of Heavenly Impurity, or whatever it's called. So we're tied even there now. Okay, so Drako got the bonus for, I should have thought about that. If I had thought about it, I could have probably just getting some intrigue and breaking that tie. I didn't think about it. Okay. So that was it. Now we go to the next thing, which is that the ships are sailing. So each ship here will sail one step by itself during the night. And now we are ready for the new day phase. And in the day phase, the first thing we do is we check for first player. I still am the first player, so I still hold on to this. If Drako would have gone on the intrigue track, he could have picked up this silver coin. That means that you will become the first player in the next round. Then we re-roll the dice. So we get new numbers up here that we are sort of chasing after in our card. So it's a 1, a 3, and a 9. Okay, so more options now. So that's up there. And then we will check for decrease. And I actually have a decrease. So in the morning phase, as you can see here, there's the symbol. The symbols in this game are really easy to get into. At first it could be confusing, but you learn them very fast. So in the morning I will get a worker. That's nice. I got myself an extra servant. Always nice to have. And then we go to check sort of the, well, everybody gets workers, because we will advance to day number 2. And as you can see here, day number 2, everybody gets 4 servants. So we each get 4 servants. And here's a funny thing, or funny, but it's really awesome thing. When Drako takes his 4 servants here, one of them is of course going to be the double guy, because he only counts as 1 in taking it, but he counts as 2 in terms of paying with him and being on the wall and all that. So that's awesome. So we have our workers, we have our new hand of cards, the cards that we had down here face down. Now there are our new cards for the next round, and we get started. And I'm still the first player, so I will do the first action. So let's see, what am I going for? Well, I do want to get my ship. It's a 4 there. Yeah, let's start with that. Let's pay a 5 or use a 5 to trade here. The 4 goes face down. That means I can do this action. I'm going to place 1 servant on the ship, and I'm going to sail, and here I'm going to dock at this harbor. So these 3 go away. One of them is just marked, used to mark that I have done this once, and those are stuck there, so you don't, you're losing workers as you go. And now I'm doing this action, which is to pick up a new card. So there's a full deck here of cards shuffled that I'm just going to grab 1, and I will get the 5th action basically. Oh, it's a 7 with the wall as a bonus. And this is nice because also these cards that have the little yin yang there, they tend to be a bit better, a bit stronger than the other ones. Like most of the starting cards, if they are a 7 or 8, they don't have a bonus action. This has a bonus action, so yeah. So that was nice. That was my action. I did the sailing, and now it's time for Drako. And Drako, I'm not sure if he's gonna sail. I think, since he has his guy there, I think he wants to get some intrigue. I should also mention that the one card beats the 9, so it goes like in a circle. So it's good to have a 1 card. So he's going to spend his 2 down here. Well, he's going to sail anyhow, but he's going to spend the 2 there. Trade with this one, the 1. That goes face down. Then first of all he gets the bonus of sailing. And when he's sailing, he's going to place a ship. And he's going to place a guy. And he's going to place this double guy then. Why not? Take up 2 spaces. And he will sail the ship 1 space. So he's over there with the new boat. So he can sort of soon get out of this and pick up a card as well. And now he's doing the intrigue action. And the intrigue action is either you get 1 intrigue and you get the silver token so that you become the first player in the next round. Draco's not, he doesn't really care about that. So he's going to instead spend 1 worker. I keep saying worker, servant, they're called in this game. 1 servant to move 3 spaces and get 3 of these lovely intrigues. And now he's really in the lead there for tiebreaker. So that was Draco's action. Now it's time for me once again. And I was kind of, I want to try to get more workers that matches those numbers. I did forget something, by the way. It's easy to forget things, I'm sorry. But last round, when we had 2s that matched those 2s, we also got 1 servant each because we had 1 card matching the actual number on the die. So we each get 1 more servant. It's so easy to forget things when you're playing, sort of helping out Draco, sort of playing for 2 players. In some ways, he's just slacking over there. Wow, okay. So that's settled. You probably, you probably already commented on it, but at least I fixed it now. Yeah, so anyhow, that's what I'm talking about. I want to have like the 3. I want to get things like the 1, 3, or 9 out here, put them face down on and then I will get workers for them. And I want to beat Draco, so I get the 3 points and the step here on the track. Wow, there's so much to consider. This card is kind of nice as well. It lets me swap a card from hand with the card, or my discard with the card out here. So that could be handy as well. So maybe I want to do that. I think I'll do that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to spend my 3. I'm going to do it up here. Trade with the 2. So I take this face down, and then the bonus action is I get to swap a card from my hand or discard pile with a card out here. And what I'll do is I'm going to take a card from the discard pile, like this 4. I'll take this 2. And I'm going to swap it with the 9 up here. Because then all of a sudden I have a 9 in my discard that will count against those dice. That was nice. Then I'm going to do the main action here, which is the wall. And, yeah, I think I will pay 1 servant to put 2 servants on the wall. I think that's good. But Draco's happy about that because he has a plan, I think. Yeah, Draco's gonna do the wall as well. So he's gonna put in a 6. And he also gets a worker as a bonus, or servant. They're called servants. Okay. And then, yeah, and then he could. Oh yeah, Draco's smart. He's going to pay a servant to get to put 2 guys on the wall as well. Now the wall will be finished with 1, but he can put out 2 because then you count the wall. And now we have a tie. And Draco's ahead of me in the intrigue, so he will break the tie and win it. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Good job, Draco. So Draco will get 3 points. He will move on the palace for free. Wow, that's so bad for me. But I will stay there. Draco's guys will go back to his supply. I will stay there. So I can sort of finish it later on, I guess. Yeah, I could. And now the intrigue is interesting here, because now Draco could spend 1, 3, 5, or 7 intrigue to get a bonus. The 5 here is to turn a die to any result you want. And the 7 is to get a jade. But Draco's gonna just spend 1 to pick up 1 servant. So he got a servant, and he's still in the lead here. He wants to keep that. So that was his action. Yeah, that was bad for me. Maybe I should. But I don't really want to finish the wall until I have some intrigue. So I think I'll first I will spend... Oh, yeah, I can do this combo here. So I will spend my 7 to trade with this 2. That's a pretty bad trade, but anyhow. And then I will do the main action first now. You can do this in an order. So I will do the main action, which is to spend a guy to move 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, on the intrigue. And then I will do the bonus action, which is to do a wall, and I will put just 1 guy there for free. And that will finish the wall. I will get my guys back. I will get 3 points. I will move up on the palace, and now I can spend the 3 intrigue I got to get 2 more servants. So I basically did a free action, sort of. But I got 3 points and moved up here for, yeah, that's good. Okay, so it's Draco's turn. Drako, I think he wants to finish this sailing thing that he has going. So he will spend a, he will trade with a 7 for the 5. And then he will do the action of putting out 1 guy here and sailing. He will take everybody off. And now he will pick up one of those nice cards. So he gets another card, and it's this one. It's a 3, but it gets you 2 workers. That's awesome. Wow, okay. Good job, Drako. Then it's my turn. I have a 2 and an 8. I don't have that many servants. Should I be traveling, perhaps? I could do some travel. Yeah, I just realized that I forgot something else. Wow. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We should refill this at the mid, sort of, between the turns. These should be refilled, the ones that were empty. And they were all the same. That was 3 all the same. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so then I will spend my 8 up there. Once again, a bad trade, I guess, but... And then I will do the action, and I will pay 2 servants to move 2 spaces. So I'm going to move 1, 2. That means I pick up both of these. And they both mean that I go 1 step on the palace. I go 2 steps there. And now I have 6 of these. I don't need to spend them right now. I can hold on to that and let Drako do his turn. So Drako has a 5 and a 3. And he can see that I'm rushing this. I want to get to those 7 points before him. I think he also wants to travel a bit. He hasn't traveled at all. So maybe he should... He doesn't want to discard a 5 though. He doesn't want to do that. So I think, yeah, I think Drako will do it just like... No, because then he can't do the wall. Wow, with this game, there's so much to consider. My brain sort of melts when I'm trying to consider all the options here for Drako. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think Drako will do this action up here. Because he does have an extra card now. So he will put out the 3 to travel. And that means that he has to pay some other way to please sort of the bribe, the trade. And he will pay by discarding this card, the 5. And now he will spend 2. Well, actually, he gets 2 workers first, 2 servants. And then he will spend those 2 to do a double move. And I think the double move for Drako will be to... This is tricky. This is tricky. He could go for... Yeah, he could go for... Oh yeah, he's going to do this. He's going to start over here, which means... This means that he gets to place a worker on the wall. But he doesn't take it from his pool. He takes it from the supply. And then in the supply, he has his double worker. So he got the double worker out on the wall. And then as a second action, I think he will go over here and just pick up 2 points. But that's good as well, 2 points. So Drako is in the lead with 11-6. And then it's my turn, my last card here. And I have a 2. And I'm not really interested in doing the wall, so I can just trade anywhere. And skip that wall action. I think I'll do that. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna move up here again because it's fun. So I'm gonna exchange there. I do get this card, which I really like. It's a 3, which matches the die, and the double worker there later on is awesome. And since I paid with the 2, I will pay in the way of not doing the bonus action. So I will just do the regular action up here. And I want to move twice, which means I have to spend 2 servants' rights. But I only have 1. So now I can cash in 2 of these to get another servant, and then pay 2 to move twice. And as I move twice here, I think I will go for... Could go... Wow, this is tricky, because the thing is, I don't really want to put anyone on the wall. No, I'll do this. I'll go here to get to move up once again on the palace. And then I move over here, where I get to place a guy on a boat, but it comes from the supply, not from the pool. So I put out another boat here with a guy on it. So that's my action, and that was the whole day. It's a day in the game around. So now we go to the night phase, and in the night phase we will check those dice once again. Let's see, I have a 3 and a 9, so I have 2 of the matching ones. Drako has, let's see, yeah, he only has he has a 3 and a 1. And once again it's a tie. And then with the tie, well, Drako will beat me once again because he's higher up on the intrigue. Why didn't I move here? Ah, so much to consider. Okay, so Drako wins once again. He gets 1, 2, 3 points. He's just going to lead there. He gets 1 step on the palace for free. Yeah, and we both get 2 servants because we had 2 cards that were matching the die numbers. So we each get 2 there, and now we go to the boat phase. So my little boat down here will float 1 step. And then we're ready for the second round, where we will refill up here, which I forgot earlier. We will refill, we will roll the dice, we will get a decrease, I will get a worker from a decree, and then we will start playing again. But I think I've shown you most of the game now. We played a half game basically, so we will do 2 more rounds. Of course, more things will happen as we get more cards and so on. You know, it gets more and more complex, and there's so much to consider, and yeah, it's quite tricky to do this run through, to be honest, because yeah, I have to sort of have a strategy and plan everything. But I think I've shown you the basics of the game, which is the most important thing with these run throughs, just to show you how the game runs, not doing any perfect tactics or anything. So tell me in the comment section if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you did like it, and have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye bye.
Be like Drako. Follow Board Games with Niramas on Facebook at BGW Niramas. Board Games with Niramas is sponsored by Alara Games in Sweden.